The time I pressed that lowering gear button and I saw what was meant to be my son going down, that's when I died. So even if you come for me, you are pursuing a dead man. I've contemplated suicide many times. Even if you kill me, you will help me do what I've been ill. Bwana asifiwe. Bwana asifiwe. I hope I will get enough strength, because this is something that made me faithless for 7 months. I will explain. And I will thank the Catholic Church for working with us, specifically the Archbishop Muheria, because when he decided to do a pastoral visit to the parents, my home was one of those homes that he visited. And the message that he gave us as a family is what brought me back to faith. Slowly by slowly, I'm starting to believe. It was in the morning of 6th September, the year 2024. At around 3 a.m., we received a call. We made all efforts. We got to the school, and there is where the story began. All through the night, every parent that was there, it was back and forth, back and forth. And as the day came to be, the games started. And that's when I saw my church coming. I'm an ex-ordained elder of the Presbyterian Church. I say ex because when I became faithless, I stopped going to church. And when I came back to church, I didn't go to that church again. When they came in, they started working with the government. Their purpose was to manage our spirituality. And the purpose of the government agencies was to manage our psychology. The game started when they took us to the dormitory to see the dead carcasses, to see the burnt children. Because I knew all along they wanted to take advantage of us. The games continued. We were told to meet at Narumoro. We could be called one by one. They brought burnt chakos. Inafunguliwa. And I know when you see, as a person who is not trained to deal with such things, ukionyeshwa kitu kama hiyo, wewe ni kupiga nduru, wewe na bibi yako na watu wenu, mnapewa karumu pale, mkimaliza kulia mnakusanyishwa, mnapewa mandazi na chai. Then the reverend comes, he sells hope. The government agency comes, they manage our psychology and say that in 3 months, health will be roaring. But what happened? Months passed. December came and go and went. In the month of January, I took a step. I started walking to the offices of criminal investigation. to ask, where is my DNA test result? Where is my post-mortem? And if it is possible, can you show me the investigation report? I was told that the matter has been taken because of the seriousness of the matter. It has been taken by the headquarters and they are working from Nairobi. Once again, I'm psychologically managed and I believe that the government is working. Nataka kusema pole kwa wazazi wenzangu because I was one of the persons who are discouraging parents to come out to speak to the media. I will tell you why. I work in court and I know when you start disseminating information that is going to be handled by court, you might interfere with investigations. And that's why I was discouraging people from doing so. Kumbe all this time, they took us for granted. They took us for fools. We held back, just giving them chance to do the investigations, which they did not. And again, walking back a little, the church again, they started fundraising together with the government officials as a backdrop of the corpses of our sons. The fundraisers were dubbed that we are therefore, that they were for helping the bereaved families. It was pathetic for a church and the government to work together, raise funds, whereas they knew that they were not meant for the bereaved families. Looking at us, I don't think we look like people who needed to be fundraised or who needed money from fundraising. All we were requesting or all we were demanding is justice for our children, which was not served and which have not been served even to date. Yesterday, when the media houses started airing the story and the plight of our children and the plight of the parents, I saw a clip of the minister of the internal security indicating that investigations were done and the matter is being referred to court for an inquest. I'm asking myself, yes, I'm not a learned vet, even if I work in court. In matters law, I can say I'm illiterate. But there are some basics that you cannot ignore, even as an illiterate person. Before you come up with a report saying that the matter needs to be taken to court for an inquiry, you ought to have involved all the stakeholders, involve all the parents. We have been looking for the post-mortem reports. We have been looking for the DNA reports. They have never been provided to us, other than being given the bodies. And the only thing that you can say that body, I don't even call it a body, it was something in a sack. They were not bodies. The only thing that could connect it to it was a label of your son. How do you give me something in a sack? Tell me that that is my son, don't give me a report that attaches me to that thing in a sack, I think over time, I've grieved for the last 1 year, but anger is taking over. What we are demanding is justice for our sons. The report that the minister was reading, it was a scribbled paper, and we all know, even without the knowledge of law, that a report such as that ought to be a report that we could see him reading and be released to us for interrogation. You cannot remove just the paper and start reading. Hata ni kama haikuwakilia anasoma. Kuna wale waliona Citizen na wale waliona the media houses. Nilimwangalia hivyo nikashindwa. Wewe ni mzazi ama ni nini? What is wrong with the government? And as I talk like this, I'm acutely aware that we are living in a nation where truth is hated. And when you speak the truth, they start coming for you. I want to advise them this morning. It's not that I have bodyguards, no. I don't have a car, no. I don't own a motorbike, I walk around. But I died the time I pressed that lowering gear button and I saw what was meant to be my son going down. That's when I died. So even if you come for me, you are pursuing a dead man. I've contemplated suicide many times. Even if you kill me, you will help me do what I've been ill.